thought it was more important to be somebody out there than the damn failure I was in my own home.
I'm very curious, Mr. Eastwood, nowadays when you land on a project and a story that you know you want to tell, and that there's a part involved in it for you, which gets more excited? Is it Clint Eastwood, the director, or Clint Eastwood, the actor?
I don't know. It's to doing both jobs. I've done it so many times that I never put the difference in. Directing a film is the same. It's a little more leisurely that way. You don't have to suit up, and people aren't coming in and combing your hair or whatever. So it's a little more leisurely, but it's just a little but different. But they both have an adventure. It's a new adventure. It's a new story. It has new obstacles, and so that's what keeps it exciting.
The role of Leo Sharp is an actual person, an actual character. I think people leaving this film might be surprised to learn that these are true events, that this was an actual person that this happened to. I know that Mr. Sharp passed away shortly after he was able to leave prison, but I'm curious if you had the opportunity to ask him a question about his motivations that might have helped you just sort of prepare your portrayals. What's something you would have loved to have had a chance to ask him?
Well, I think it's a mystery that what happened. Maybe that's the intrigue. It's what got us involved. Because we don't know, and I haven't found anybody who does know or knew him. I guess he's been gone now for some time, but the fact that he was a daylily rancher, I mean, it's an odd thing. It isn't like he's out with the cattle or something, and and he's kind of having troubles with it financially and whatever. It's there's still a mystery. I still don't know him. But I just played what I thought he would be, and working for the cartel is such a dangerous thing because everybody, both countries, Mexico and the United States, are against you, are looking for you in some way or another.
Right.
So it's a nice dramatic thing.
Oh. Need help, sir?
Oh, officer, hi.
In most of your scenes, you're firing off a golden shotgun, you're dancing with bikini-clad ladies. How much fun was it?
Someone has to do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How much fun was it to explore what the life of a cartel boss must be like?
It was, it was a privilege, to be there with Clint and partake in those scenes with him. Not only as a director, but he's also acting in some of the scenes with me and watching him in that world, as the character.
Right.
And there was a lot of improvisation because it was a party scene. I remember that I took him, as in the movie, after he just shows up, I take him into the party to kind of, but on the day I took him and we walked all the way around and I introduced him, improvising, to every single girl in the party.
Okay.
And the camera just followed us,
Okay.
And I said, this is Rebecca, say hello to her, my friend. And so like that, and he would have a comment on every single,
Okay.
Of course, that was, was reduced to what you saw in the movie.
Sure.
But it was just fun to have that improvisational moment with him.
I know I was incredibly lucky because all of my scenes were with him. So, and he's wonderful at improvisation. So we would leave the script and we would improv.
I couldn't remember my lines.
That's...
I had to start improvising. No, I just, that's just, when you're into the story and you're into the character, you feel you could say anything because you're staying within the character. And that sometimes would be disconcerting for certain actors. But in her case, it didn't bother her at all.
Oh, I
just
loved
jumped
it.
right in it.
I loved it. I loved it.
Okay, you have been blessed to work with some amazing filmmakers.
Exactly,
over
yeah.
the years.
Totally.
How often do you say yes to a project totally sight unseen just because you want to work with the filmmaker?
Not very often.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I read the script first to see if I can be part of it, see if I can do it. I've been blessed with some great opportunities that I've passed on because I just don't. In all honesty, I don't see myself in the movie, or I don't know how I can be a part of it. And sometimes, no matter what your reps tell you, they can say, "Oh, this is a great story, and you're gonna love it." And at the end of the day, you're like, I didn't really,
I would have in this case for sure. Yeah.
Does it not happen that often?
And this, no. Because when I heard about the film, my agent called and said, "Then Clint's got this movie. There's some parts in there," and I said, "I'm all in. Throw my hat in the ring. Let them know that I'd like to do it." And he goes, "Well, this is one part, but they want to go younger." And I said, "Well, whatever Clint would want me to do in it, I'm in. Just tell him I'm in, whatever he wants." And I didn't read the script until they called back months later and said, "Clint would like you to play this part." Because it was the part that I played, and then I had heard that maybe they were going to turn it into a woman or whatever it was. And it wasn't until like a week before, 2 weeks before we started shooting that I got a call saying Clint would like you to play this part.
I mean, they're unique. They just bloom one day, and that's the end of it. They deserve all the time and effort.
So did your family.
And I'm just curious because I went back and did the math, and over the past 25 years, since 1993, there's only 2 films that you've starred in that you didn't direct yourself. It was Trouble with the Curve and In the Line of Fire. And I'm just curious if filmmakers come to you often and ask for you to act in their films.
Yeah, I've had people, but I'm usually never available because I'm always doing my own. So.
Fair enough.
I tell you, you get a routine. Sometimes things come up. And you get 2 or 3 things that'll come up at one time, and you think this is all pretty good. And then there's other times you'll sit there and nothing comes up. But the thing you have to do, I think, is when nothing comes up, is don't do anything. Is sit back and just learn something else, or keep your mind going, but try to imagine things. And maybe you come up with an idea yourself that you'd like to do.